it do, what it do? It's your boy, Silly Soul, man. We back in here with another episode of Juice City Legends. If you have not, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We give a shout out to all my supporters, all my subscribers. Y'all keep on hitting that like button, keep on sharing the video. Also, let me give a shout out to my player partner, man, So Crazy TV, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tune in to my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? But today, I got another story, man. Another Jacktown story, man. And I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be very interested in this story. Now, before I get into this story, I ain't trying to be messy. I ain't trying to start no drama. But if we're gonna talk about Juice City Legends, we gotta talk about this story right here. And I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why people say David Banner don't fool with the city. He still do come to Jackson. He still fool with. David Banner don't owe nobody nothing. Let me say that first. But I'm gonna say this is the reason why Banner don't fool with the city, man. So some of y'all may not be old enough to remember when David Banner was on his coming through Jackson. When he was riding around in a little red van, trying to do his thing, man, you know what I'm saying? And we all know Jackson is a super gutter street type city, man, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, there was a lot of other artists in the city doing their thing that had a more of a street-oriented aura around them. David Banner, he was more so what you want to call a conscious rapper. Also, in the group Crooked Letters with David Banner and Kamikaze, a lot of people felt like Kamikaze was the better rapper. But what David Banner had was them beats. David Banner is one of the more prolific producers to come out of the southern region, not just Mississippi. So like I said at the time, I ain't gonna say no name, y'all can just put two and two together. There was a lot of other rappers in the city doing their thing, man. And you know that, like I said, they had the streets behind them. David Banner didn't necessarily have the streets behind him in Jackson. And David Banner ended up being the one to blow up out of everybody. Now, when this happened, it was a lot of backlash. A lot of people had opinions. A lot of people felt like he wasn't the one, why he blew up. Then at the time, it was reported that David Banner signed a $10 million contract with Universal Records and SRC, SRC Universal with Steve Rickman. And he had his own company, Big Face Entertainment. So a lot of people felt like David Banner owed them something. So this part of the story, I'm gonna tell y'all. I got this from one of the people that was at this event that took place, and I'm gonna bring him on the channel so he can tell this story. But I got permission from him to talk about this. But according to my OG, it was a meeting that was called. And like I say, I'm gonna say some names who were there. Y'all can just put two and two together. In the meeting, Mello T was there, Reese and Bigelow, Buddha Boss Player, Jacktown Slim, David Banner, Smoke D, the who's who or whoever was doing their thing at the time. I'm sure it was a lot of more people that was at this meeting. This meeting supposedly went down at the Birdland. Now what they were trying to accomplish, they were trying to have a coalition. In the meeting, everybody felt like in any region that blows up, it has a producer. You look at California, when the West Coast first blew up, they had Dr. Dre. You look at Memphis, they had Paul and Juicy. You look at Houston, they had DJ Screw. Uh, New Orleans, they had Manny Fresh and KLC, so on and so on. So a lot of them people feel like that people really wanted to hear the street rappers that were coming up out of the city in the surrounding area. And they wanted David Banner to be to produce everybody and not really just focus on rapping, but just be a producer, be that soundtrack to all the street rhymes that were going on in the city. But David Banner, he wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to speak about the things he wanted to speak about. Because he had a bigger message than just the streets. And supposedly at this meeting, a few people whose name I'm not going to say, but like I said, I just said who was all at the meeting. Y'all can put two and two together. A few people at that meeting got on the microphone and called David Banner out and told him, allegedly, you know what I'm saying, he said he was gonna do this, he said he was gonna do that, but he ain't come in on this bargain. Allegedly, one of them people that I named that was at the club with David Banner came in with him as security and had a pistol on him, and there was a lot of tension and animosity in the room to the point where they damn near wanted to jump Banner in the Birdland that night. My OG, he said a few rappers, you know what I'm saying, the big name rappers in the city that y'all know got out on the mic and started calling David Banner out, saying all type of stuff to him. My OG said he grabbed the mic. He said, Banner don't owe y'all nothing. Banner is a college dude. He ain't from the streets. So he not going to look at it the same way y'all look at it. And he told him, you know what I'm saying, y'all ain't going to fool with the man, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, after the hostility died down in the room, David Banner slid on out. And since that day, he ain't never just rocked with the city like that to this day, man, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if y'all remember at the time, a lot of people, man, when David Banner signed that deal, man, a lot of people were hating on Banner, man. A lot of people felt like this person should have been the one that got signed, that person, why is he getting signed, he country, he on TV doing all this hooping and hollering. They just didn't understand it coming from Jackson. But David Banner had a broader perspective than just, you know, typical Jackson street politics and all that, man, you know what I'm saying? And they felt like David Banner was running to the A, turning all them up, you know what I'm saying? Because if you can go back to history, at that time, Atlanta wasn't where it was at the time, so David Banner played a big role in getting Atlanta to the point that where they at, because David Banner was doing production for a lot of them cats, T.I. and them, and a lot of them dudes who blew up at the time. And from what my understanding, he was throwing them licks or whatever, $500 for a beat, $1,000 and stuff like that. People felt like these dudes in Jackson had birds, man. They would have paid them $10, $15 for them beats. But Banner just didn't want to get tied in with these guys, because I heard rumors about people wanting to start them, all that type of stuff, man. Y'all know this Jackson, man. And that's the reason why David Banner ain't never just rocked with the city like that, man. Like I said, I remember when David Banner was on his come up, man. Y'all was not fooling with that man like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why everybody feel like he owed him something, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just like myself. I'm doing Juice City Legend. I done reached out to a lot of different rappers in the city who got a name. They try to hold their nuts on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get mad. I just charge to the game. But them same dudes, let's say a year from now, my channel end up blowing up. I'm all on Revolt TV. I get a big major contract or something like that. These same dudes, I swear to God, that I don't fool with the city. I owe them some, this and that. But when I'm on the grind trying to come up, they wait on a popular person to rock with me before they rock with me. You know what I'm saying? They can fool with me right now, but they choose not to. But when I go to the top, that's when everybody in the city gonna try to get on my nuts and act like I owe them something, but it ain't gonna happen. And that's one of the reasons Lil Lonnie not here today, because he stayed in this city. Once you get any kind of buzz, any kind of recognition, you got to get out of this city. It didn't happen to everybody. A lot of people, a dude called me, wanted to do an interview, wanted to diss Buddha Ball player, man, you know what I'm saying? Wanted to diss Kamikaze, but I told him, nah, we can't do that, man, you know what I'm saying? Because my purpose of Juice City Legend is to try to uphold everybody, man, give everybody their flowers. And I know I'm speaking on this story, but I got to tell it because a lot of people go around talking about David Banner this, David Banner that, but it's a reason why he don't fool with the city, man, you know what I'm saying? And I hope that brought some clarity to a lot of people that wonder why David Banner had the relationship he got with the city. Like I say, Banner got love for the city. He done helped out a lot of people and donated and did a lot for the city, but people want him to do what they want him to do, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this your boy Celly Cell with Juice City Legend. We check it out. Peace.